Where's your welfare? I think so. He's talking to her. Because I do have extras for you. They're all prizes. Oh, did I? That was good. I know it.
I went to see my primary doctor yesterday. He was very low dose.
I think they're relay together. You gotta pay them out. Shark on? Yeah, okay. We did that last year. You can set it up where they have to submit somebody. And you can make it per lap or whatever. We didn't. Yeah, that makes it funny.
Yeah. I didn't know that you were.
And I kind of think it works.
I think they know when they
This is Chris Kerr, he's the president.
We're in the big table. We're having a party over there. Literally. Yes. It's funny, when I just had.
Sit here, I'll be out of the.
I'm starting this job one day, so I'm I'm sure you're I'm so as opposed to my husband. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. I'm surprised you're not up here kicking my butt saying let's go.
It's easy to get tangled up in it, especially if you have to see your life.
Hey. I'll take that as a compliment.
It is. All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Rotary Club Greater Huntsville. We got a great meeting planned for you guys today. Gonna have a lot of fun. And of course, Bill Renfro is gonna kick us off in song. So Bill, take it away.
All right, we can say that.
We're gonna do another love song today, Chris. Come on, baby, you can't feel my heart, confess my sin. Ain't gonna take you fishing with me someday. Well, they can't more than that. Ain't always nice to see your kid sister. I'll take you on night. So sit here at my feet. I like you when you're sweet. And you know that I ain't there to fight. So someday and go out to the car and change the tire. Well, what's my sauce so long? Come on, baby, you got to my life. Go fetch my soup. And won't be on tea. Let's put it on fire. And come and tell me why you're late. We got one more song today. We got a distinguished member of the Rotary Club that's having a birthday, so if y'all happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Bill. Great song, man. Great song. I enjoyed that a lot. All right, Pledge of Allegiance today, Mr. Tim Green.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have Todd for indication.
Todd Kirk?
Yeah.
How about Wendy
How
Kirk?
about Wendy Kirk? That works good. And by the way, welcome back, Wendy. It's nice to see you.
Thank you. Todd got stuck at work, so my apologies. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this beautiful day today. Lord Jesus, we ask that you take care of those that are out in the heat and in harm's way. God, we ask that you give them special care during this time as they have many, many needs. And Lord, we ask you to bless those who prepared this food for our bodies. And God, thank you so much for allowing us all to come together during this time. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Awesome. Good feeling, Wendy. Thank you. Go ahead and finish eating. We'll start in a couple minutes.
I've got in my group, so. I should have worn it one more time.
You know, our problem, some of the stuff we're getting, don't get no dog.
What does it?
All food is in. So for instance,
Like something.
well, like, we have questions. Not everyone has a question.
I didn't know, just the big three.
Right.
Track's big, swimming, diving, big.
They all can eat. Remember, you don't have to win. You have to win that day to go. You don't win that.
Ours is baseball, basketball. Well, they don't play girls soccer. They play that. We want girls soccer.
I would love for you to.
Second. Well,
Sorry about this today.
Some areas of
That's pretty good. I mean, that's a
baseball. Depends on when you catch it.
Oh,
Early street.
gosh.
They were number one. Can't hear them right one.
Oh, my gosh. Now, are
We went over, well, we went over there, we had Texas. We went over and beat them 3-3. We were number one after that. Oldest daughter.
They don't rewrite that song.
They were wise, right?
There you
They got families and kids and stuff like that. Yep.
I didn't talk.
Yep. Now you can thank them.
Yeah, worked out. Thank you very much.
Do the banks. Yep.
Oh my God. Since down here. Yeah, I promise. It's me, I promise. Gosh. I don't know, when was the last time I saw you? Yeah. Wow.
We'll have one.
Oh, gotcha. That's some shops. Just gonna kind of work where they want to.
Yeah, get back in. Very good to see you. Yeah, you did the same thing I did, though, didn't you? I mean, like,
I mean, I said, what? We're not smiling.
Basketball. Never.
I know.
We were honored to do it. We really were. And it was so funny because I was a Rotarian in Jonesboro, you know, as a director of the campaign. It's kind of a natural thing. So that's my uncle has been a Rotarian his whole life. And so I started doing.
That's cool. That's cool.
I mean, it wasn't.
Had things that pages have to do, and they have to do videos.
Oh, Rotary needs you to do something on your bill. He's like, yeah. So the first thing that he did was to put everything on the computer for us to badge in. And
Where is
scan
he?
it.
Where is that?
You know, a sign.
Yeah. Actually.
And from that minute on, he was just, you know, so and I was like, I don't know what happened.
Same way. Yeah. That's all right. Well, keep going, sure. I got my wife at home, I have a wife. I don't know. So it's got one.
Biggest.
That's always been the license.
Yeah. Yep. Weird things.
All right, gang, we're gonna get started with today's presentation here. Pete's gonna come up and announce our guests. I think I've got a few I'm gonna have to do too.
Remember to pronounce it correctly.
No guarantees though. Okay, we have our usual visiting Rotarian from the Madison Club, and get who is that? Anybody got? Rob! Yeah, Rob's here. Bob. We thank you, Bob, but you should be joining us. I keep telling you, but anyway. Yeah, we do have some guests. Nicole's got a guest, and if you would introduce your guest first, please, and stand up and stay until the end, and then we'll give a hand to everybody.
My guest is Rebecca Meyer. She's shadowing me.
Okay. Okay, and then we have two additional folks that are visiting us today. We've got Krista Moulton, who is, stand up please if you would. And then we also have, she checked out the downtown club, but then she found us. So, hey, everybody, potential. Okay. Okay, and then we have another guest today that is online, Dominique Bell, somewhere online.
Yay, Dominique.
There we go.
Hey, everyone.
Guests are visiting Rotarian. Of course, we also have a guest speaker, and that's Norvis, as you can see, is right there. And so he's going to be our guest speaker, and they'll introduce him formally later. So With that, that's our visiting guests and Rotarians. Thank you.
Well, I will announce, because I want to embarrass them a little bit too. Please stand up when your name is called. I appreciate that. First, my wife Stacy, my son CJ, my daughter Isabel, and her best friend Lexi. Thank you. Okay, let's be seated. Thank you.
Cake deliverers.
They embarrass me so much, I gotta get it when I can.
No, it's embarrassing. Yeah, no, it wasn't. Try better next time.
Meeting's not over. We'll find something for sure. I know, I'm accepting that challenge, so hang on. All right, really excited about Norbert speaking today. Gonna be a great presentation. Thanks for being here too. Good having you. All right. Next week, I will not be here, so President-elect Jim will be leading the meeting next week. Jim, thank you very much. And we'll have Matt McCutcheon, Speaker of the House. It'll be a great presentation. We've talked before, he's retiring, so hopefully we'll get some real dirt out of him on the presentation. June 29th is shaping up to be an awesome Founder's Day. We're really excited about this. Again, we got past Rotary International President Mark Maloney, past Vice Chairman of the Foundation, Ken Schubert, District Governor Harold Lewis, and all the other line of district governors to be will be here as well. So looks like we've got a lot of people coming, a lot of people being recognized with Paul Harris Fellows. We've had a number of you gift Paul Harris Fellows to friends and families. So please invite your family to this if you'd like to. We'd love to see you. We will send out an email that will have an RSVP link in the next week or two, the next week, not two, so we can get RSVPs, we order all the food that we need. Redstone Federal Credit Union is doing a great job on the food. I think we'll have surf and turf and some cool stuff like that. So going to be a fantastic meeting. Looking forward to seeing everybody there and celebrating what this club has done. And then July 6th, no meeting. Jim's already slacking off, but we'll take it. Yeah. First meeting and it's no meeting. All right, that's how it works. Veterans Memorial Clean, next one's June 25th. This was a turnout for the last one, fantastic turnout. We had a great time. We cleaned the heck out of that place. It looked great for Memorial Day. I just always love how the sun's shining off that gold star when we took the picture. That was really cool. All right, again, we're doing the 100% Paul Harris Fellow Club Initiative. We're down to 3 left. Out of the 11 that needed to be Paul Harris Fellows, we have 3 left that we're working on. It's just a matter of communicating with them a little bit more closely, which will be phone calls today. But really excited. I think we're going to hit this mark, and that'll be a great achievement for this club. Fantastic achievement. And then again, if you're thinking about attending Boyle and Bragging in August, let Jim know we're looking at possibly getting a coach down there or something like that. So, Will, you got a couple updates for Founder's Day for us?
Yeah, we've got close to 25 people we'll be recognizing. I received some more recognition forms, people giving some of their recognition points so that sometimes their spouse, sometimes their daughter, or 2 daughters, sometimes friends can be honored with the Paul Harris Fellow. And just so you know, this week is the first time, and I don't know how many years, I didn't wear a jacket to church and I didn't wear a jacket to Rotary. But I did wear my dress blues. So, Steve, we're going to make this last call. So if you want to contribute in some way, please see me afterwards because we're going to need to send the final packaging. Probably send it in tomorrow. Thank you.
We'll remind everybody to wear their medallion.
Oh, yes. If you are a Paul Harris Fellow, please try to, first of all, find your medallion and then wear it.
Thanks, Will, for leading this initiative. We've had a couple people plus up to, what's the big level? I'm so sorry.
Major donor.
Major donor level. A lot of people plussed up on the Paul Harris Fellow, a lot of new Paul Harris Fellows, so it's going to be really exciting. So, Will, thanks for your efforts on that. With that, any other announcements? Wendy, hey, Todd made it. She did a good job covering for you, Todd. We actually liked it a little bit better with her.
Is it okay to do it right now?
Yeah, right, yeah,
So
right.
kind of a big brag. I'm super excited about it. No. This is the one thing I hate this right here. It's just so intimidating to go after you, Chris. Always has been. So for those of you who can see me now, I have a new job. That's why I'm able to be here today, and hopefully from now on. I am so blessed to have been chosen as the director of the Huntsville Assistance Program, and that is what we refer to in town as HAP. And it is an emergency food pantry, and we help with utilities. A lot of churches got together in town, and years ago, about 25 years ago, 7 of them combined to create this entity. And it has grown to having about 70 churches support it. I'm about 3 days old now in that job, so I'll have lots more data to be able to tell you and share with you over time. But I just wanted to let you know I'm extremely blessed to have a new career now. So thank you so much and for welcoming me back.
Well, we're very excited to have you back, and that's such a great fit for you. You have a wonderful heart of service in everything you do, so great fit. Thank you. Cliff, and unless I'm missing anything else, Cliff's gonna introduce the speaker. Thank you, Cliff.
Okay, today, Rotarians, we have a very special guest. We've been working with Norbert to try and get him to come over here to speak to us because I think he's got a very great message for us. You all saw his bio that was sent out to you all on Monday, so we won't go into that. But I will tell you what, I'm not going to steal any of his thunder or his story. So Norbert, at this time, how about coming up?
Good afternoon, everyone. So I was given the opportunity to kind of walk around. Standing in one spot is not my thing, being a soccer player. So I'm going to move around and try to make eye contact with everyone as I kind of go through the slides and just tell you a little bit about me, what brought me to the U.S., tell you a little bit about my passion. I was able to turn my passion into profit, and how I was able to take that passion and actually help grow the technical ability and the talent here in Huntsville, Madison. Originally, my name again, I'm Norbert Webley, originally from Kingston, Jamaica. Moved here to, moved to UNC or North Carolina when I was about 18, 19, and ended up moving to Huntsville back in around 2000. I grew up in Jamaica where soccer and track and field was the primary 2 sports. I'm sure you guys all know who Usain Bolt is.
Oh, yeah.
And so, so that's even though Usain Bolt came after me, there were also bigger athletes before then. But, soccer and track are the 2 primary sports back home. And so I was fortunate enough to fall in the category of football is what we call it back home. And it took some time to get used to calling it soccer here in the US. But, I grew up, I'm supposed to be clicking on these slides here. Let me just make sure. Is that it? You're fine. You're good. You're fine. I obviously don't even need the slides to be honest. But let's see. You're good. You're good. I'm just going to talk in the meantime. Again, like I said, so grew up in a country where soccer and track are the 2 primary sports, and I was able to, fortunately fall into soccer. I started playing when I was probably around, I'd say 4. That's typical for Jamaica, for kids in Jamaica to pick a sport early on. And so I started playing around 3, 4, and played for our local club teams and our school teams. And I think I wasn't really given the option to choose what I wanted to do. It's crazy. My dad grew up in Germany as well. He was a mechanical engineer, and of course, in Germany, soccer is a big sport. And so, while he was there, he fell in love with the sport. And so he decided that when he had a child, whether it was a son or a daughter, that child was going to play soccer. And so, hence I ended up with the name Norbert, which is totally German. And then ended up with the O in my middle for the now soccer, it's Orlando and Webley. So hence that's where now was derived from. And so growing up in Jamaica, my dad and I used to sit and we used to practice my signature because in his mind I was going to be a professional soccer player. And so at the age of 5, 6, I literally did have my autograph though ready to sign. And as funny as it may be, and I should have brought this, but I still do have a shirt back home, my first shirt I signed for my mom and my dad when I was 7 years old. And so I think that was the turning point for me, right? According to my mom, at some point when I was 14, it all changed, it all clicked. And here in the US, what I see a lot of is kids start, so many multiple sports to pick from. And, it could be a jack of all trades and not good at none. But what I see a lot of is, there's football, basketball, soccer, so on, learn to play swimming. And, there's never an opportunity to really focus on one by the time you get to a specific age group. And so in Jamaica, like I said, it clicked for me when I was about 14. My mom said I woke up one morning and I was just able to do amazing things. And so I got invited to the national team at the age of 14, to play for Jamaica's U15 team. And everybody said I was gonna make the team. Well, the unfortunate happened. After the end of the trial, I got cut. And so as I'm walking away from the field, Renee Simoes, which is the Jamaican national team coach, she's actually the women's coach for Brazil, who's taken over our first team, saw me in tears walking away from the field. And so he stopped me and asked me why was I crying. And so I explained to him that everybody told me I was gonna make the team, I was expected to make it. And he mentored me. He explained to me, what was expected to play at a high level, what the level of dedication needed to be like, what my mindset needed to be like, and the things I need to do to play at that level. And so over 3 months, Renee Simoes took the time to mentor me. And so as I came back into the national team at 15, not only did I make the starting lineup in 3 months, I became the captain. Wow. And so it was all about just a mindset. And that is where I think it starts from a development standpoint here, which is one of the things I don't see a lot of at the youth level coming up. So anyway, as I was playing for the national team, I got an opportunity to go to college. My introduction to the US at the collegiate level was at North Carolina. I'm at Tar Heel. I hope there are no Duke fans in here. But I played for UNC, started as a freshman, which is unheard of. But as I was traveling back and forth for Jamaica's national team, I was also playing for school and trying to keep my grades and so on. Well, we ended up playing against we played against the US in Atlanta. And somehow Alabama A&M coach saw me, Michael Laddie, saw me at a game. And as I'm flying back to North Carolina, my dad called and said, by the way, you're getting transferred. And so I had no idea about anything about Huntsville, Alabama, to be honest. So back in 2000, as you guys can remember, there was nothing here. University Drive was completely empty. I think what's it called, Enterprise, as far as that it went to where the Walmart is. There was nothing but trees. Well, Michael Laddie lives in Tony, Alabama. So my introduction to Alabama was Tony, Alabama, and it was just a drive with cotton fields. And so I was in tears the entire drive home. I was begging to my parents, can we, I need to come back home, get me back to North Carolina. And the worst happened as well. I get here and my luggage doesn't get here. Oh. And so I meet the team the following day, and of course, everybody's giving me this look. I'm in jeans, jeans and a cut off sleeve shirts. And so they're like, well, who's this guy? Why is he here with us? And so anyway, so when my suitcase finally arrived, my way of proving to the team that I could actually play with, I had to dribble everybody on the field and score a goal. And that's when I was accepted here in Huntsville at A&M. A little bit of, before I get deep into the soccer part of the thing as well, my background is also engineering. I'm a software engineer. When I moved here to Huntsville, I graduated with a civil engineering degree actually, and with a math minor, but ended up working for Aegis Technologies. I did simulation development for Bill Wade and Steve Hill. And so I ended up taking over their IMI program, which is Interactive Multimedia Instruction. So a lot of my programs that I worked on was Raven, Wasp, and Puma, Shadow, and so on. Those are all UAVs. And then so those are all my projects that I focused on. And so I have a pretty extensive background in engineering. And but talking about the engineering side of things, I eventually decided that my passion was always soccer. My passion was always development. I've always had a niche for relating with people and players and just doing all the best in them. And so hence we decided that, decided to step away from Aegis Technologies, which was a big step, and decided to start No Soccer Academy. No Soccer started on the side of a hill. I'm not sure if any of that was on our slide. I'm not sure what slide I'm on. So I don't want to get bad. Okay, so they're not on there. So I'll just talk to it. No Soccer Academy started back in 2013. We started with 11 kids, and we were on the side of a hill at Dublin Park. And I couldn't afford to even rent a field. And so we were doing training sessions on the side of the hill, trying to teach my methodology and a proof of concept of how we wanted to train players here in the US. And so the very first time I was able to afford to rent a field at Dublin was $150. And that's the plaque I probably should have brought in. I actually kept that receipt. That was the first thing I was able to afford in my first step of being an entrepreneur. And so that's a reminder for me every day to just to let me know where I came from and where I am today and the people that helped to get to that level. And so I do have that little plaque. Next time I see you guys, Bob, I'll bring it and I'll show you the next time I meet up with you again. But No Soccer again, like I said, we started on the side of the hill. We did our first training clinic, like I said, with 11 kids. And we ended up growing to where we were using a country day facility in Huntsville, which is in Providence. And so we grew the program from 11 to about 120 kids over the space of 2-3 years. From that, well, now I like that space, by the way. From that, we actually decided that we grew up that space in a short time. And so about 2.5 years ago, we decided to open our first location in Madison. And so we started with a 10,000 square foot building. And so that building quickly grew into a second 10,000 square foot building. And then from that second 10,000 square foot building, that now grew into our 25,000 square foot arena within the space of 2.5 years. Wow. Today, No Soccer actually sits with 2,500 students.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I know I fast forward just a little bit, but I just kind of want to give you an idea of kind of where we are today. But now I'm going to give you kind of the history and how we got to where we are. So you heard me talk about Dublin Park. You heard me talk about being in Providence. The parts that I left a lot of was the journey to get there. It was a very tough road. I moved to the US with absolutely nothing. And trying to establish myself and build relationships and talk about, getting buy-in to why it is that I wanted to do and be able to stand here to you today and tell you guys all thank you. Because it took others like you to believe in what I had to do, what I believed in, what I was able to do, and take that ability and help mold it. And here I am today standing in front of you telling you that we want to find a way to grow our community, to help develop individual athletes and talent and ability and showcase those players and help them to play at a higher level. And that's one of the things that No Soccer stands for today, which is the fact that provide an opportunity. No Soccer, of course, isn't the only local organization here that provides technical training, but we are the only elite level training program that offers that at every level. So No Soccer is built on the like the martial arts system. And so if you think of the martial arts system, there are different belts. All right, at the No Soccer, there's beginners, intermediate, advanced, and elite program. Our beginner program focuses a lot on building composure and confidence on the soccer ball, which is our white shirts. Our intermediate level focuses a lot on the speed, agility, coordination part of it, which is our yellow shirts. But at the very early age, we try to teach kids about peripheral vision. And so if you look at players at younger age groups, they tend to dribble with their heads down. They have no idea where they're going, and then if somebody comes and they panic. Well, we try to teach them to play with their heads down, but we do a lot of that through visual cues. And so when their mom and dad is at home using their fingers or holding the cones up, well, we kind of start teaching them where to go with the soccer ball and have an idea how to create space at that point. And then our advanced part of our program is our gray shirts, which teaches them about how, when, and why they're doing what they're doing. So how is really more about fine-tuning those technical skill sets in a gameplay application. When is more about the timing, how early, how late they're skill sets. And then why is the most important part, which is what exactly they're trying to accomplish with those skill sets. They're trying to create space for themselves and their teammates. And then our elite program, which is our blue shirts, which is the players that are looking to play at the college level or the professional level. Those training sessions now are tailored based on the skill sets they require throughout our program. So whatever their roles or responsibilities are within their teams, we teach them how to execute those skill sets based on those roles. So if he or she's a defender, they'll start attending our defender and midfielder training sessions. If they're a striker, they'll attend our or a striker and midfielder session. So we teach them how to execute based on those connected roles. And so that's just a little bit about our model and the way we operate. Here's our new site you heard me talk about. Let me go back here real quick. So this picture here is our 25,000 square foot arena that we just built within, as of December 15th. And so this is where we thought this was going to be the mothership for No Soccer. And so this is where we actually now do a lot of our higher level gameplay applications. This is where we do a lot of our technical training sessions. And now we actually have hosted our own indoor leagues, both on the adult side, men, women, co-ed, and the youth divisions. I think this is where you're going to actually be hosting your
Madison Club.
The Madison Club will be hosting their event. What's it called? The
Heritage Gift, Caribbean Heritage.
No Soccer will be hosting that event, which we're honored to actually have you guys be a part of that. And so this is our arena space. This is just a basic part of our lobby area. And then this, we just recently acquired 15 acres in Madison. And we're getting ready to build 4 outdoor turf soccer fields. And this brown section here is going to be a 2-story 11v11 indoor soccer field, which would host cryotherapy. It'll be a full gym area. We're offering ACT prep because that's a part of the, we talk about preparing players to go off to play at college. For me, it's always education first and soccer second. And so one of the questions we ask our elite athletes is, what exactly do you want to study? And then we talk about, have you taken a look at the schools and their playing style, and does that fit into the type of soccer that you play? And so we eliminate those things we evaluate those things based on that before we start sending our players off to the collegiate level. But our 2-story building, like I said, we'll have 3 turf fields, a 2-story 11v11 turf field. The top section, we're now going to be hosting food trucks for most of our events. They'll have their own parking area. The cryotherapy is a company we're working with someone by the name of Karen Wu. She's got a mobile unit when it comes to cryotherapy treatment and recovery. And then strength and conditioning, we've now implemented as a part of our training program, which I'll get into that here in a minute. But all of that will be hosted under one location. And then here recently, No Soccer decided it would be a good idea to branch out, and now we have started our own club. So the club side of things is a very unique model. So No Soccer Academy, we're the largest academy in the state of Alabama. And so by the academy side, going to where it is, where we have players that are trapped, not have our top athletes leave Huntsville to go to Birmingham to play games. It's taxing on the parents, it's taxing on our players, but we have all the ability here. And so what we've done is we've molded our players to play at the highest level, but by forming our own now FC football club, what we've done is now we've created an elite training program to train our players at a technical level, but also offer the tactical part of it in-house. And so what we'll do is we'll showcase our players, and then that's where our colleges will be looking to recruit directly from our organization. Nothing like that has been done, within 300, 250 miles of here. And so this is going to be a unique model that we're going to be offering, and I'm pretty excited to say that Huntsville Madison will be the first to build something like this that people are excited to be a part of. So thank you for the support on that. And then last but not least, I know I kind of flew things a little quick, but the person I don't give enough credit to, as I'm standing here, is between my dad, my mom, my wife Christy. My dad, you heard me say in the beginning, my dad has said in the beginning was very eager, motivated about how I fall on a specific path. But the parts that I left out was the fact that building that relationship with him about staying focused, and sticking to your passion. That did give me an opportunity to really focus on a specific model and where I wanted to be. It was tough to step away from Aegis, in times where my career was really growing. Being handled projects where I was able to lead and actually build my own career, but being able to step away confidently and go, this was the right time, was a huge step. And so part of that came with, the direction that my dad was pushing, but also the same part as well, it came from a strong wife. I have to give Christy credit. She's been 100% supportive in, taking risks. We don't get anywhere without taking risks, right? And so, talk about a strong woman, and I wish she was here to hear me say this, but I couldn't be where I am today without her. And so, so I do want to say thank you to Christy. She's not on this right now, but having a strong companion that's willing to support you in high and the lows, as you're trying to figure things out and take another risk. It's been fantastic. And so if she's here, she'll laugh, because the goal is, I'm always wanting to think of something new to do. And so the goal is, she said, Norbert, just do me a favor, let's go 1 year without any new projects. Well, it's been 4 months. But I like to say.
We're recording this, so we can email it.
She'll appreciate that. And last and least, it's the community. I've been blessed to be in a community that sees the value of what I have to bring, and the fact that the support that's here. It's unprecedented. And so, before I step away, I'd like to tell, everyone that's watching, everyone in Huntsville, everyone in Madison, everyone has been a part of this growth. Thank you guys very much. I'm looking forward to continuing to grow our program and work with each and every one of you to see how No Soccer can help influence the community and how we can continue to build this program. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm a little surprised. Didn't Jamaica have a bobsled team in the Olympics?
It's far from it.
I'm surprised you didn't choose that over soccer.
It's funny. Did you see the cart in Cool Runnings? That is not something I want to go down on a hill on. But go ahead.
So my question is, ever since being in the U.S., I'm curious to know what your opinion is on why the U.S. women's international team is better than the men's international.
Oh, let's not the first to tell you this. So, No Soccer actually started on the foundation of female players. And so one of the things I'll tell you about women, female players, that I think female players are a lot more technical than male players. I think female players take instruction a lot better than male players. You can tell a female player here, here's a tactical formation that we want to play, a system that we want to play, and they will stick to it. Males, we want to put a flair on it. And whether or not it works in the system of player or not, we want to put a flair on it. And so I think on the women's side, especially the women's side, I think the female program actually put a lot of work into building women's soccer. You talk about the Mia Hams, the Abby Wambach, the Christine Lilly, they spend a lot of time of building a strong foundation. And I just think, through that and that dedication, I think the foundation for them was put in place to be successful. And so I really do believe that from a technical standpoint, I think female players are a lot more organized, and I think that's why they're a lot more successful.
Lord, we're passing this around in a few.
Absolutely. And so if you're wondering what that is, so we give back a lot to the community as well. And so one of the programs that we did was the Kenya Relief Program. And so we helped build a soccer field in Kenya. And so as a gift that they sent me, that's a soccer ball of what they use. It's just bags and strings that they put together. And that's literally what they play with on a daily basis. Our kids, they have no idea how blessed they are that, we could buy a soccer cleats tomorrow, or we could buy a $300 soccer ball for them to kick around with. But this is what they play with on an everyday basis. And that's just how, when you talk about dedication and wanting to play, this is it. You know, in Jamaica, when I grew up, you know, we grew up playing in the streets as well. And so our soccer goals were just rocks. You know, we'll take a rock, mark a line in the middle of the street, and when the car was coming, we'll pick it up and move it. And so, so to come to the US, matter of fact, my first game that I played in the US, we played on grass. And I had no idea how I'd play on a grass field because we were just used to playing in dirt, rocks, you know, there may be glass on the field. Our national stadium at the time had a hockey pitch in the middle of the field. And most of you know how a hockey pitch is set up. Now, you know, how a cricket, when I say hockey, cricket, a cricket pitch is set up, it's just clay. It's this clay dirt that's smooth and I mean, doesn't look good on the soccer field. And yeah, exactly. So that's what we played on growing up. And so to play the US where we played on a grass field, I mean, I was ecstatic. Now, the first time I got to UNC and then played in snow, talking about cold, I faked an injury. I could not play cold. To this day, I mean, a 75-degree weather for me is a cold front. So, hence the reason why we're building indoor facilities, because I try to stay safe from playing outside. Yes.
Where is that location? I know it's in Madison, but
Yes.
where is it in Madison?
So if you get off 565 and get off on Madison Boulevard, if you get to Madison Boulevard, make a left onto well, somebody say 565 and make a left onto Wall China. We're off behind Westchester Road, off behind Old Time Pottery.
Oh.
Okay.
And so we have 3 locations sitting in the right in one spot. We've got 2 10,000 square foot buildings, and the arena is on the opposite side, right behind it. You can't miss it. And then the 15-acre project that we're getting ready to put in right now, that's going to be off County Line Road, Old Highway 20, close to Cedars. It's literally 5 minutes away from where we are. And so we're just providing an opportunity to do, you know, indoor technical training session at a high pace, and then the outdoor environment, being able to apply that on a bigger scale and be able to watch the way we're teaching our players in small environment, make sure they're applying it into the gameplay application as well. So that's the end all goal of what we're trying to accomplish. And again, like I said, you know, we're not the only training program around, but like I said, what we do different is the fact that, you know, we are an elite level program. And so we're trying to offer the highest tier of training, players that want to play at the most competitive level. But we do offer something for everyone. That's the one thing I want to make sure everybody understands. No soccer, the academy side of things, we will train a player from a rec player all the way to an elite level player. The idea is, how do you build a complete player? So we want to offer that at the academy side. But once you're playing on the FC side of things, that's more tailored to our elite level athletes. And so the goal is for those players to get to that point. Yes.
You have the city has taken apart the old baseball stadium that they had down there off Parkway. And their concept is to turn it into a soccer field that would invite a professional team to locate here. Have they discussed any of that with you, or are you privy to anything of what they're trying to do down there?
I know enough. I don't know how much I'm privy to say, but I'm not involved with the project, but I do know a lot that's taking place on that, and I know a lot of the people that are involved in that project. For me, I would hope that we'll be able to work collectively on some part if we're looking at bringing us being the largest organization around, and we're established here that we can work collectively to build our own professional team here. Because as you're using that Joe Davis Stadium, I mean, it's not going to be just a one team, right? You're going to talk about the recreational programs are going to need to use it. Other events are going to have to use it. And so hopefully we can work together on that. I would love to work with them on that, since I would think that we've got a lot of experience when it comes to player development. And you've seen what we've grown from being on the side of Dublin to establishing our own training center. So, but yeah, I'm fully aware of it. Yes.
Are there investors now considering establishing a professional team in the Huntsville area?
So I know there was a competition, well, I can't competition. I know there was a discussion between Atlanta and Nashville originally. It seems like Nashville was the one that got awarded to do something here in Huntsville. So if there's anything else that's coming, whether it's USL or another semi-professional program, I'm not sure who else is coming. I know on the No Soccer Academy side, or what I've done, I'm 100% owner. I have no investors. And so I've built this from the ground up, and so this is all me. So, but on the city side of things, I think Nashville is the one that has some say with what's going on with that whole team that's coming in.
Well, what you could not see on the screen behind you was a chat box opened by our membership director.
Okay.
And she wanted us to invite you to become a Rotarian.
Oh, I
Get him from the National Club does.
Bob, you got me here? So I really appreciate, I mean, both organizations have been fantastic. I mean, I don't think I could go wrong with any. Everybody's been very welcoming. Yeah, everybody's been very welcoming. And I would love, as we continue to grow, I'd love to continue to tell our story. I know there's a lot that I may have left out today because I've been so excited, but I can see somebody has their hands up.
Ron.
say, Ron, do you have a question? Or are you just waving, saying hi?
I know his mic is, you're not mute.
Just saying hi.
All right, I've been to your facility because I have a son who's 45 years old. He's been playing soccer since he was 5. He still gets out there and beats himself up. I don't know if he needs to hold on with that.
I hope you enjoy the facility. The thing that we need to ask.
It's that indoor facility, that game moves much too fast.
Well, we record our games, so you can rewatch it.
Oh, smart,
Yeah.
love it.
I thought somebody had.
I have a neighbor who has 3 children. They're all into different activities, ballet, soccer, and other activities. She told me about how hectic her life was and how she had to drive the middle child, Sully, all the way to Madison. And she said, it's the best thing that's ever happened. Yes, dude. I'm just absolutely sure that this is.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. I know you guys are short on time, but I mean, I'm open to any other questions, but again, thank you guys so much. It's been a blessing being here in the US to be able to take what the talent that I've been given and turn it into something spectacular. So like I said, again, since moving here, I've had multiple families. Like I said, we started with absolutely nothing. And so being able to I had parents at the college level making sure I was getting homework done. I still have parents now that are treating me like I'm 12. And so it's, again, Alabama has been fantastic. And so again, thank you guys very much. I look forward to continuing to grow and establish and be a part of the family. So if there's things that we can do better, offer to the programs, please let me know. I'd like to be a part of everything.
Oh, that's awesome to hear about a wonderful resource in the community. What a great guy, Norbert. So thank you very much. Before we close with the 4-way test, I took the challenge of being embarrassed by my daughter, so I'm gonna try to get her back. Chantel, can you help me a little bit here? I found what my mom posted on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Thank you.
Right.
That was me when I kind of had hair. So yeah, maybe I embarrassed. There we go. All right. Any other announcements or anything we need to cover? All right, let's go ahead and stand and finish with the 4-way test.
Hey, this is Cheryl. Would Phil call me about the foundation form after the meeting? If you'll just have him call me.
Is that the transfer points, Cheryl?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, we'll reach out to you. Will or I will. You got it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
All right. As Rotarians, of all the things we think, say, or do, first,
Is it the truth?
second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
third.
Will it build goodwill in our friendships?
It's not up there. Let's get it, guys. You don't have to read it. And fourth,
Will it be beneficial?
Concerned. All right, I think we need some help up there. All right, you guys have a great day. Thank you.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
I don't know yet. Oh, I know.
Have a good place.
There's not.